Hey everyone, Serena Starlight Witch here. I hope everyone's doing well and fabulous today. Sorry, my hair looks kind of crazy. So with this video, I'm going to be talking about, well, I'm giving a list of witches on the internet that I like. Witches that I believe is legit. These are witches that I recommend getting services from. Because I'm not greedy. I'm not just trying to get all the clients and customers for myself. But these are witches that I believe, from watching them, from what I could tell, these are witches that I believe are legit. Witches that I believe are good to get services from, and these are witches that I've learned things from. So this is also a shout out video to them because they deserve a shout out. I've learned, mostly from spirit. I've learned from my intuition, from spirit. I learned from books, and I also learned things from these practitioners. So I'm going to be giving a list of witches that I recommend to learn from, to buy services from, witches that I believe are trustworthy. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I want to say? So there's a lot of scammers and frauds out there. There's a lot of inexperienced witches out there. I've seen, if they're on the internet, I've came across them. Not to say that this is a list of the only legit readers and spellcasters and practitioners out there. I'm not saying that at all. So if you're not on this list, please don't take offense. Perhaps I just haven't came across your content, so don't take an offense to it. But this is a list of practitioners that I really, 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 really like a lot. But again, if you're a practitioner on the internet and you don't hear your name, please don't take offense to it. Like I said, maybe I just haven't seen your content. But there's a lot of frauds out there. There's a lot of scammers out there. And there's a lot of inexperienced witches out there. But this is a list of witches that you can absolutely trust to buy services from and to learn from. If they're not on this list, either I have not seen their content, or either I don't believe that they deserve to be on the list, So like I said, this is also a shout out video because these are witches that I've also learned things from. Like I said, I've learned from spirit, I've learned from intuition, I've learned from books, and I've learned things from these practitioners, things I didn't know before. And I believe that they deserve a shout out. So sorry, I'm trying to hold this phone and look at my notes at the same time. Now, let's get started. The number one person on the list, and I've mentioned this person before, I am, a big fan of this person. Now, that says a lot because I've never been a fan of anyone except, Hannah Montana when I was a child, but I've never been the type of person to be a fan of someone, I don't believe in it, people go crazy for things like boy bands, and they spend all this money on merchandise and tickets, and I don't like things like that, that's a story for another video, but yeah, but this person I'm actually a big fan of. I love this person. I have so much love and respect for this person. I found this person when I was at a very dark point in my life, when I was actually about ready to give up on my craft. Actually, I was very depressed, and I was about to throw it all away, just because I was thinking negative, Okay, and that person is Arabian Conjure. I have a lot to say about Arabian Conjure, more than I have to say about other people, so I'm just going to start off with her. It was weird how I found Arabian Conjure. Now, I love watching other people do spells and readings, just because I'm into that, I like watching other people do it. And, as I said, I never found her on the algorithm. She never popped up on my For You page, which was weird, because I like watching people do spells, and I like watching people do readings, and that stuff is usually all over my algorithm. She not once popped up on my algorithm. Not that I remember, so she might need to look into that. She could be shadow banned or something, because I just thought that was weird, how she never popped up on my algorithm. But I found her through Tarot Cowboy. I was watching Tarot Cowboy's video about a domination spell. I was just watching him, I was about ready to go to bed, and I was just watching, that video. I thought it was interesting. I liked the way he did his domination spell. And he brought up Arabian Conjure. And something about that name instantly clicked with me. I don't know why, but something about it, it was as soon as he said it, I felt this weird click. I can't explain it. Anyway, once the video was over, I went to bed, and I kept hearing her name in my head over and over, Arabian Conjure, Arabian Conjure. Then I could feel my guides come in. They're like, you need to look her up. You need to look up Arabian Conjure, Arabian Conjure. And I was like, well, let me look up this person, because my spirits literally would not let me go to sleep until I looked her up. So I went to look her up, watched one video, and got hooked. Instantly got hooked on her channel. I've seen every one of her videos, all of them. It's crazy how you can have so much love and respect for someone who you've never met in person, for someone who, doesn't even know that you exist. But I have so much love and respect for this practitioner. So I'm all over the place. But she is amazing. She is incredible. There's not many real practitioners out there, let me tell you, but she is. As soon as I saw her videos, I was like, wow, this person is the real deal. She is legit. And, I was really drawn to her content because we practice candle magic in a similar way, from what I can tell, I don't remember what I was saying. I keep running out of time. But from what I can tell, me and her practice candle magic in a similar way, and I always agree with everything that she says. I relate to the things she talks about. I agree with everything that she says. I feel that she's very real, authentic, and honest. And, it pisses me off that people take advantage of her and use her. And, because, she makes videos quite a bit where she's stressed, or she seems stressed because of the crap that people put her through. And it makes me so angry and so furious for her and so sad, because she don't deserve that. But Arabian Conjure, in my opinion, there's no one better out there than her. I don't believe, listen, I consider myself a pretty good practitioner. And, I am not, that prideful. I have the guts to say when I believe that someone's better than me. And I believe that Arabian Conjure is the best there is. From watching her videos, watching her content, as someone who's been practicing for a long time, I can just tell she is very legit. this everything that she has talked about I relate to, because some of the things that have happened to her happened to me. Like how she got started on her craft, something similar happened to me. Like how she, never read a book or anything, she just instantly knew what to do. That was how it happened for me. I instantly knew what to do. But I feel like I have a lot in common with her. I agree with her on a lot of things. I relate with her on a lot of things. She even talked about, go watch her YouTube so you guys can see her videos. She's on YouTube. But she talks about when her mother gave birth to her, and it was crazy when she told this story, because literally almost the exact same thing happened to me. But go watch her video. She talks about, what happened when her mother gave birth to her. But almost the same thing happened with me. When my mother gave birth to me, we almost died. My mother was literally bleeding to death, and the cord was wrapped around my throat, and the doctors were losing us. They were literally losing us. I don't know everything that happened, but apparently the doctors somehow, some way saved us just in the right time. My mother was even telling the doctors to save me and not save her. She kept screaming, save my baby, don't worry about me, don't save me, save her. Because we were both dying. We were literally, she was bleeding to death. The cord, the umbilical cord was strangling me to death. It was apparently a horrible, horrible labor. And somehow, by some miracle, we were both saved. Just by some miracle, we were both saved. Just in the right time. I don't know if the video recorded that last part, but we were saved just in the right time. But yeah, I love Arabian Conjur's content. Like I said, I relate to her. I agree with her on everything. I feel like she is real, authentic, and honest. She, I believe, is the most powerful practitioner on this planet. As a psychic medium, I can feel it. I can feel her energy, and I just know it. Her readings are always very accurate. I love her pick-a-cards. I'm like, if she doesn't post a pick-a-card video soon, I'm probably just going to lose my mind. I wish she would post one soon. I know she's been very busy, so I understand. But her pick-a-cards are very accurate. So I love her pick-a-cards. But her videos, I could just tell that she's real. Okay, as a practitioner myself, I could tell that this woman is the real deal. I do believe she's the most powerful practitioner in the world. I don't believe that there's anyone more powerful than her. I just don't. I can feel it. Like I said, as a psychic medium, I can feel that energy. I know people try to be like her, and they try to copy her, and they try to be more powerful than her. You can't be Arabian Conjurer. There's only one Arabian Conjurer, and I don't believe anyone's more powerful than her. I don't believe anyone's better than her. And as a witch myself, I will admit to that. Okay, I love her. I adore her. I respect her. I love her content. I love listening to her. I love watching her. I have so much respect for her. I hate that she's, people have put her through so much crap, and, people need to stop copying her and trying to be her, and, you're not going to be a Arabian Conjurer, and you're not going to be more powerful than a Arabian Conjurer. I do believe that she's the best out there. I do. I'm trying to see if sometimes I forget. I may be leaving out some stuff I wanted to say. But she's at the very top of my list, I believe, she is the person to go to for services, for readings, for products, for everything. I just believe she's the best, guys. She's the best. I don't believe anyone's better than her. She does readings and spells, and she has products. And she has a YouTube channel where she teaches the craft and talks about things. Now, I learned a lot from Arabian Conjure. Now, I already knew a lot when I found her, so I didn't learn everything from her, but I learned a lot from Arabian Conjure. There's a lot of things I didn't know before that I learned from watching her, and that says a lot, because when I found her channel, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I knew everything. Anyway, I thought I knew everything. Like, I didn't think there was anything else for me to learn at that point. But she proved me wrong. But I learned a lot from her. I learned a lot about tarot card meanings. Watching her pick a cards taught me things about the cards I didn't know before. I learned a lot about baneful magic from her, about hexes and curses. I've never really been into the darker magic for lots of reasons. I'm really into it now. It's something that, I have done darker magic in the past, baneful magic. But it's something that I don't do a lot. I do it a lot more now. But watching her videos taught me a lot about baneful magic that I didn't know before, So, yeah, I learned a lot watching her curse videos, watching her hex videos. Like I said, I knew stuff before I found her. And I was, I would do baneful magic before, just not a lot. I honestly try not to do it a lot. But I learned a lot more when I found her channel, and I do it a lot more now. There's just a lot of things about baneful magic that I didn't know before I found her. I can't think of anything on top of my head. Yeah, I can't think of it. I learned a lot, okay? I learned, if you're wanting to learn how to curse people, how to hex people, I believe that she's 1000% the best practitioner to learn from. Don't copy her spells, though. I know she doesn't like that. I don't blame her. But yeah, you shouldn't copy any witch, to be honest. You should always add your own twist to it, make it your own. But yeah, I just learned a lot when it comes to baneful magic from her. I learned a lot about curses and hexes from her. Actually, I would say about 70% of what I know about curses and hexes, how to do them, came from her. Because I knew how to do curses before and hexes before, sour jars and stuff before, and it worked, but watching her content on curses and hexes made me learn a lot more, and it completely made my baneful magic advance, more advanced, because she taught me a lot from watching her channel that I didn't know before. So yeah, just certain ingredients I didn't know before. But yeah, so like I said, I knew how to do baneful magic before, but I didn't realize that there was more to learn, I guess you could say. I didn't realize, I thought I had already learned a good amount, but watching her videos showed me that no, there's definitely more to learn, especially about hexes and curses. So yeah, she definitely shaped my baneful magic, I would say, so you may see me post curses and hexes that are similar to hers. I don't copy anyone's work, but it's I like the way she does her curses and hexes, and I learned a lot from watching her. So yeah, and I learned other stuff from her, love magic, money magic, just things I didn't know before that I learned from watching her channel. So yeah, I believe that she's the best witch to learn from. I believe she's the best witch to support. I don't believe anyone's better than her. I don't believe anyone's more powerful than her. So shout out to Arabian Conjure. Thank you, Arabian Conjure. I appreciate you. and I'm grateful that I found you. If I never clicked on Tarot Cowboy's channel, I would have never heard of a Arabian Conjure. So yeah, that's weird. You know, I don't know if YouTube is shadow banning her or what, because I never heard of her until he mentioned her. So yeah, I talked about her so much, I'm running out of time now. But I'm going to talk about several other practitioners that I like and recommend. Sorry I say a lot. Now, like I said, Arabian Conjure's at the top of my list. No one's better than her. I mean, she's earned that title. She's earned that. You know, she owns that. But here's a few others that I like, witches that I've learned from, witches that I respect, witches who are on the internet that I believe are not scammers. And, you know, I believe this video needs to be put out there because there's so many scammers out there. You know, baby witches need to know who to learn, who to go to learn from. And people who want to buy stuff need to know what witches to trust. Okay, next on my list is Miss Aida. She has a book on Amazon called Hoodoo Cleansing. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to run through this. I highly like Miss Aida. I have a lot of respect for her. Again, this is a practitioner who I believe is legit, who is authentic. I love her books. Go check out her books on Amazon. Her books are amazing. She just had 2 new books that came out. One on candle magic. She has an excellent book on crosses, which is like things like baneful magic. Sorry, I had to drink some water. But I love Miss Aida, and I heard that she does offer classes now. And I also heard that I'm pretty sure she does baneful magic for people. I think that's like the main thing she does for clients and customers. So go check out Miss Aida. Go check out her books. You'll see a lot of videos on YouTube about her. A lot of people do interviews with her. So how you spell it is MISSAIDA, Miss Aida. She is a hoodoo practitioner. I like her. I respect her. Again, a wonderful practitioner that I recommend. Now, this is one of my other favorite practitioners. This other practitioner is one of my other favorite practitioners. And I believe her name is Be the Cryptid. Be the Cryptid, I think. BE the CRYPTID. Be the Cryptid is mostly on TikTok, but you can find her on YouTube and Facebook as well. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to talk about this fast. Again, this is a practitioner I admire. I have a lot of respect for. I have a lot of love for. She, in my opinion, this is my opinion, no disrespect to anyone out there, but I believe she is the best practitioner on TikTok. She is a wonderful practitioner to learn from. I don't know about her services, but I'm pretty sure she offers spell work for people. And from what I could tell, she would be a great practitioner to hire because she knows what she's doing. Again, this is a real practitioner, an authentic practitioner, wonderful practitioner to learn from. I bet her services are just as good. Her Patreon is amazing. I've subscribed to her Patreon before. I haven't recently, but I need to because her Patreon is chef's kiss. So if you want to learn about the craft, go check out, I look horrible, guys. Go check out her Patreon because her Patreon is fantastic. And I think it's only like $20 a month. But if you want to learn the craft, honey, she teaches beginner stuff, advanced stuff, seasonal stuff. She is very seasoned stuff. She's a very wonderful teacher. So if you're a beginner or even if you're an advanced practitioner, she's wonderful to learn from. So go check her out on YouTube and TikTok, and she has a Patreon. Again, wonderful practitioner, wonderful. So shout out to Miss Aida and Be the Cryptid, both excellent practitioners. I especially, the two at the top of my list is Arabian Conjure and Be the Cryptid. Out of all the practitioners out there, I believe they're the best. They're the most authentic. Let's see who else I want to talk about. Right when I'm talking about Arabian Conjure, she posted a story. So another witch that I like is Ambrosa the Witch. I believe that's her name. I don't watch her too much, but I've also subscribed to her Patreon, and I learned. Sorry guys, my hair's a mess. This video is kind of messy. I apologize. But Ambrosa the Witch, I don't watch her as much as I watch the other two. But this is another practitioner, from what I could tell, is real and authentic. Another practitioner who I have respect for. But yeah, I've subscribed to her Patreon. I learned stuff from her Patreon. I've learned stuff from watching her TikTok. She's mostly on TikTok. I don't think I've seen her anywhere else. But yeah, shout out to Ambrosa the Witch. I think I'm saying her name right. A wonderful practitioner to learn from. I believe she offers services and products. So yeah, all these practitioners I've talked about so far, they all get 10 stars. They're all wonderful. They're real and authentic. So yeah, I like Ambrosa. I believe she's real. I believe she's authentic. She knows what the hell she's talking about. She knows what she's doing. She's a wonderful teacher. So yeah, she gets a shout out. Wonderful. So the next person is Witchfoot. Now, I really like how she teaches about certain things. Now I don't agree with Witchfoot on everything. But I believe that she's an excellent witch to learn from. Unfortunately, she passed away, so rest in peace, Witchfoot. But I highly recommend her daughter's book. Witchfoot published a book on correspondences, or like ingredients, a book of ingredients. That book is no longer available, but her daughter made a new version for people to buy. So I have a video of that book on my YouTube somewhere. But I highly recommend that book. That is an excellent, amazing book. So go check out that book. I highly recommend you buy it. But yeah, I like Witchfoot. You can still find her videos on TikTok and YouTube. I recommend you go watch those videos. She's excellent to learn from. Watching her videos can teach you a lot. So I learned a few things from her that I didn't know before. I respected her. I admire her. Like I said, I didn't agree with everything, that she did and talked about and believed, but that's okay. I still think she's a wonderful practitioner. I definitely think she knew her shit, She definitely deserves to be on this list. But yeah, I recommend you guys buy her daughter. I just realized I'm not sure if I'm getting the pronouns right, daughter or son. I apologize. I don't mean to be disrespectful to her child. So no disrespect. I don't know if they go by he, she, or he, they. I'm not sure, but I apologize because I'm not entirely sure. But I do recommend buying the book. It's an ingredient book. I think it's called A to Z ingredient book, something like that. I have it on my YouTube. But I highly recommend watching Witchfoot's videos because her videos are still up on TikTok and YouTube. Excellent practitioner to learn from. She teaches you a lot in her videos. So there's things that I learned from her. So shout out to Witchfoot. I have respect for her. I admire her. May not agree with everything, may not like everything that she did and said. That's totally okay. I definitely believe she deserves to be on this list. So shout out to Witchfoot and rest in peace. I believe she's wonderful. Now, those are my favorite practitioners. Those are the ones I've learned a lot from. They are my favorite. They are the best in my opinion. Now here's a few others that I really recommend. My hair looks horrible. Like, oh my goodness. Okay, so sorry, I had to readjust myself because I was looking horrible there for a second. Now those are my favorite practitioners. No one's better than Arabian Conjure, I'm just being honest, but those are my favorite practitioners, the ones I learned from, and they deserve a shout out. Another one I really like is what's his name? Working Dragon Mystic. I love his content. I love the way he talks. He's so sweet. He's good at talking. He's good at explaining. But I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to have to rush through this. But yes, he's on YouTube. He teaches a lot about demons, magic, correspondences. He's a wonderful person to watch on YouTube. Again, is another practitioner I learned from. Someone who deserves to be on the list. Someone who I believe is knowledgeable, real, authentic, trustworthy. Very wonderful practitioner. I love his voice. I love the way he talks. He's so like calming and sweet, and is just great at teaching. So yeah, I really like Dragging Working Mystic. Big fan of him. Absolutely big fan of him. Definitely go check out his YouTube videos. Okay, so if you want to learn about demons, I recommend Lee W. Johnson. He's on YouTube again. Wonderful practitioner. I love watching his content, and he's great about teaching you about demons. Also, Working Dragon Mystic teaches you some good things about demons as well. Let's see. I lost my list here. Oh, That Divination Witch. That Divination Witch. She is on YouTube. She's on YouTube and TikTok, but she mostly is on YouTube now. Now she teaches about Hecate. She talks about many different things on her YouTube, but I mostly watch her because of Hecate. I love her videos about Hecate. She is the best teacher on the internet to teach about Hecate, in my opinion. I don't believe anyone else knows Hecate better than her. I don't believe anyone else is a better teacher than her about Hecate. She's better than any teacher about Hecate out there, than any book that is about Hecate out there. I've learned a lot about Hecate, from Hecate directly, but also from watching That Divination Witch. I've also bought readings from her, and they were accurate. She has an Etsy shop, I believe. She still has an Etsy shop. So yeah, go check out her readings. They're accurate. Big fan of her YouTube. I watched all her videos, every single one. I agree with almost everything that she talks about. So yeah, I believe she's real. I believe she's authentic. I believe she's honest. I believe she's one of the really good practitioners, and I believe she deserves to be on this list. A practitioner I admire, have respect for, and I believe is just a very good practitioner. She's excellent about teaching about Hecate. So if you want to learn about Hecate, she's the best place to learn about Hecate. Like I said, she's better than any book out there. She is the best person to learn from about Hecate. So shout out to That Divination Witch. I believe her name is Sarah, and like I said, I believe she has a Etsy. I know she used to. I don't know if she still does, but she does offer readings. So shout out to her. Let's see. Granny the Swamp Witch. I don't know much about Granny the Swamp Witch, but I really like certain things that she talks about. She's made a few videos on TikTok. She's mostly on TikTok, and those videos is what made me follow her on my personal account, or on a different account. But she talks about the pandemic Pinterest witches, which I couldn't agree with more. But anyway, she's on YouTube as well. She has books. I did buy one of her books. I can't remember. I think it's the Handy Hex book. Love the book. Highly recommend. 10 stars. But yes, wonderful practitioner. I think she's great to learn from. I definitely think you should go check out her content and go buy her books. Wonderful practitioner. Let's see who else. There is a new TikToker who doesn't have any followers. His name is Iconic Phoenix. He teaches you a lot about the medical and magical correspondences and uses of certain ingredients like herbs, nuts, flowers, all kinds of stuff. I highly recommend watching. I love his content. I think his content is great. I love his TikTok videos. He really needs to write a book. I think his book would do excellent. He teaches you a lot about like signs and symbols, and he is just a wonderful teacher on TikTok. His opening, he says, what's he say? Peace and green tea or something like that. But I love his content. Highly recommend. Very knowledgeable spiritual person who knows what they're talking about. If he wrote a book, I'd buy it instantly. But yeah, love his videos. So let's see who else. Underneath the Veil of Marigold. I haven't seen many of her videos, but the ones that I've seen, I loved. I found her a few months ago. Now I will say she recently made a video about how to make a decoy poppet. And I had plans to make that video. She got to it first. That's totally fine though. I still want to make my video there. But go watch her videos. Go watch her video first. She teaches you how to make a decoy poppet. She deserves to get views and likes and comments and all that. I just wanted to say that because I don't want to make it seem like I'm copying her or anything. Because I had plans to make that video. But she got to it first. It's totally okay. It's totally okay. More than one person can make that video. But yes, I've seen a few of her videos. I enjoy watching her videos. She's very knowledgeable. I love the way she teaches. She's just very good at teaching. She's very good at talking. She's very good at describing and explaining things. So yes, what's the name? Underneath the Veil of Marigold. I like her a lot. I like her videos. I haven't seen all her videos yet, but yeah, I've seen quite a few, and I really enjoyed watching her content. I really did. Very knowledgeable practitioner. Love the way she talks. Yeah, I like her. I like her quite a bit. She deserves a shout out. She deserves to be on my list, of practitioners that I admire and trust, and practitioners I believe are authentic. But yeah, I believe she has an Etsy shop too. I believe she's selling candles. I'm not sure, but go watch her content. She teaches you about many different things: protection, all sorts of things. Yeah, I highly recommend if you want to learn, go watch her. She's on YouTube. I like her content. I like the way she talks. I like the way she explains things. So yeah. Another practitioner I recommend is Mystic at the Crossroads. Now, okay, so Mystic at the Crossroads, she teaches you about candle magic. I learned a lot from her. Like I learned about ancestor money from her. I can't remember anything else off the top of my head, but yeah, she teaches you about candle magic. She's like a candle magic expert. She's on YouTube. I haven't seen her anywhere else. I'm pretty sure she's just on YouTube. I'm not sure. Well, I think she has an Instagram. But yeah, she teaches you about candle magic, basically. I learned a lot from watching her. Again, I have respect for this practitioner. I believe she offers services too, so I recommend her. She's like, trying to say so much at once. Like I was trying to say, I believe she's real, authentic. I have respect for her. I admire her. I believe she knows what she's doing. I've seen all her videos too. Love watching her content. Excellent witch to learn from. Excellent practitioner to watch. Real, authentic, honest. This is another practitioner who knows what they're doing. She's actually one of my favorites too, so she actually deserves to be higher up on my list. Learned a lot from her. Like I said, I can't remember things off the top of my head. Like, yeah, I can't remember, but I learned a lot about ancestor stuff, ancestor money and things like that. So go watch her on YouTube, go follow her, go watch her videos. Highly recommend Mystic at the Crossroads. Excellent at teaching candle magic. Like really, really good at teaching candle magic. I'm just looking at my list. Yeah, I think that's all when it comes to the practitioners. There's a few others that I've seen that I like, but these are the ones that I think are the best. They're the best teachers. They're the best witches. They're the best to buy stuff from. In my opinion, they're the most trustworthy. I, hate to anyone on TikTok, but the only ones that I really like on TikTok is Granny the Swamp Witch, Be the Cryptid, and Ambrosia the Witch. That's no hate to anyone else on there. I don't get on TikTok that much anymore, but they're my favorites. Actually, I've seen a few others that I really like. Actually, yeah, I have seen a few others, but they're just my favorite on there. So, yeah, sorry, my eyes itchy. I'm really tired. So, yeah, this is no hate to anyone if you're not on my list. These are just my favorite practitioners. They're the ones I've learned things from. But yeah, like I said, no hate. If you didn't make it to my list, these are just my favorite practitioners. Are the ones I like to watch. But yeah, these are practitioners I recommend. These are, shout out to these practitioners. I have respect for each and every one of you. Thank you for helping me with my craft. Especially Arabian conjure, because like I said, I found Arabian conjure when I was about ready to throw away my craft, and watching her inspired me not to throw it away, and watching her inspired me to make. She's one of the reasons why I wanted to start YouTube. So yeah, no hate if you didn't make it to my list. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. I don't know who, but I feel like I'll make an updated list in the future. But these are my favorite right now. I highly recommend you guys go check out Miss Aida's books. Her books are very good. So there are two people that I want to talk about. These are not witches. They're something completely totally different. The first person I want to talk about is Dolores Cannon. I don't have a lot of time to talk about her, but if you are a spiritual person, if you're a witch, I recommend, like, when it comes to me, my craft doesn't just, my spiritual practices and beliefs don't just end and start with witchcraft, okay? That's only part of it. My spiritual beliefs is out of this world, let me just tell you. I'm very unique. But if you're a spiritual person, if you want to practice the craft, I recommend learning from Dolores Cannon. I recommend buying her books. They're on YouTube. They're pretty freaking long, so if you just want to do the audiobooks, that's fine. But she has a YouTube channel. She has a Facebook. She's passed away. She's been passed away for many, many years. But I love me some Dolores Cannon. I love her. I admire her. I wish I could have met her before she passed away. She's fantastic. She's wonderful. She's a therapist. But I can't, there's too much about her. I got hair in my mouth for me to talk about in the video. Okay, there's just so much about her. But if you want to learn about the universe, you want to learn about anything spiritual, go watch Dolores Cannon. Go watch her YouTube videos. Go buy her books. This will not only change you as a witch, it will not only help you with your craft, it will change you as a person. She will change how you look at the world. Like, she just teaches you everything. Okay, guys, go watch her videos on YouTube. Go read her books. That's all I know to say. I love her to death. Everyone in my life who is in my life gets fed up with me because I talk about Dolores Cannon so much. I'm just a big fan of her. She will help you with your craft. She will help you with your spiritualness, like everything. Like, okay, everything. Just go watch her. She is life-changing. Okay, don't just learn from witches, okay? There's more to witchcraft than just the magic part and just the craft part. Learning about energy manipulation, learning about how the universe works, learning about energy. This is going to help you in your craft. So she teaches you, she helps you learn about energy, about the universe, about energy manipulation. Learning about these things helps you in your craft. So learning from her is going to advance you as a witch on a whole another fucking level. Okay, all spiritual people, all witches should watch Dolores Cannon. Okay, there's times where I'm watching her videos and my psychic eye will pick up on what she's saying and I'll start seeing it. I've been thinking about making a video about my experiences with extraterrestrials, but I don't want people to think I'm crazy or a fraud. But I've had real experiences with ETs. I've seen them, I've communicated with them. They are very much fucking real. And they're good ones and they're bad ones and they're neutral ones. So she does talk a lot about the ETs, So if you want to learn about the extraterrestrials, you want to learn about everything, just go watch her. Go read her books, go watch her. Now there's another person who I admire, respect, and adore. Now, her real name is Laura Starr. That's her actual birth name. Larastarr. She's everywhere. She's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. But she goes by a certain name, not just Laura Starr. Hold on, let me find it on my YouTube. Laura Starr Astral Exploration.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah. I don't know if you could tell, but Astral Exploration with Laura Starr. Now, if you're going to be a witch or a spiritual person, or you just want to learn about any of this stuff, go watch Laura Starr. Laura Starr is doing the most important work on this entire planet. I believe that she's one of the most important human beings on this entire planet. I have great respect for her. I admire her deeply. I appreciate her. Go watch all her videos on YouTube. She's too much for me to talk about, but she does a lot. She teaches a lot. She talks about a lot. If I would say this, if you are under severe magical attack and nothing is fucking working, you need to go to Laura Star. She can fix anything. It doesn't matter if the most powerful witch in the world is after you. Laura Star can fix it, and she can give you advice on how to fix it and what to do and how to protect yourself. But she talks about Dolores. I think she met Dolores Cannon. Maybe she did. I think she did, but maybe she didn't. But yeah, if you want to just learn about anything, go watch her. I believe every witch should watch her. I believe every spiritual person, every witch, every person who just has questions about spirits, about the universe, about all these things should watch Laura Star. I love her. I admire her. I appreciate her. She is literally doing the most important work on this planet. She's incredible. She's amazing. She does something called SRT clearings. So go look into it. She does a lot of things, but yeah, she teaches a lot. She talks about a lot. I believe if you're a practitioner, you want to learn, these are good people to learn from, because stuff like this is going to help you in your craft. Learning about energy manipulation, learning about spirits, the universe. These things will help you as a witch, as a practitioner. They will help you in life. So yeah. But yeah, I could go on and on about Dolores Cannon and about Laura Star, but I just don't have the time to. There's so much I can say about these people. All I can say is go watch them. Unfortunately, Dolores passed away. But Laura Star is still around. And I think she goes live like every single day on Facebook. So yeah, go check these people out. But yeah, guys, I'm probably forgetting a few people, but these are the people that I think are the best out there, okay? I believe that they are the real ones, the authentic ones, the trustworthy ones, the honest ones. As a psychic medium, I can feel when someone's real and when someone's not real. I can feel when someone's honest and not honest. I wanted to make this video, one, as a shout out to these people because I admire them, I respect them, and I learn things from them. So they deserve to be, they deserve to get a shout out on my channel. But also, they're just people that I recommend, like if, baby witches want to learn, I recommend they learn from these people. So this is something I wanted to do to help the baby witches. But also people who want to buy services, these are people that I recommend buying services from. So yeah, I feel like this was an important video to make because there's a lot of scammers, there's a lot of frauds out there, a shitload. And so this list will kind of help you guys figure out who to trust. Like I said, if you're not on this list, no hates, I'm very picky. I'm not going to put someone on the list unless I like 1000% like that person. And I don't just watch a few videos and be like, oh yeah, I like this person. No, these are people who I've watched for a long time. People who I've watched a lot of their videos. There's just not a lot of real spiritual people out there. A lot of them unfortunately are frauds, scammers, liars, thieves, and just inexperienced. But yeah, just because they didn't make it on my list don't mean they're not real. These are just the people that are my favorite, that I fully trust. So just because they're not on my list doesn't mean that they're not, the real thing. Doesn't mean that they're not trustworthy. So again, no hate to anyone who's not on the list. But yeah, these are just people that I am fans of, people that I trust, people that I admire. But there are a lot of freaking frauds out there, and you just have to be very, very careful who you learn from, who you buy services from, who you allow to tap into your energy. Because most people are just, and some of them are not even frauds. They're just young and unexperienced and looking to make a quick buck, and they really don't know what the heck that they're freaking doing. I see a lot of practitioners on TikTok who are making a fortune, young practitioners, young. But yeah, I don't know how some of these people get clients or customers. It blows my mind away. The scammers, I stand by this. I believe the scammers are the most successful from what I've seen. The scammers make the most money. They get the most clients. They get the most customers. And it's just ridiculous. So many people out there need help. They do. It goes to show that, man, there's a lot of vulnerable people out there, and they're easily fooled and tricked. It's unfortunate. It's sad. And so yeah, I wanted to make this list not only as a shout out, but to help people, to help guide them to the right people that they can trust to buy services from and to learn from. My favorite out of everyone is Arabian Conjure. I love Arabian Conjure. Everyone else I really like too. So especially Dolores Cannon and Laura Star. So I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I want to say? I don't think so. Yeah, just be careful who you learn from. Be careful who you follow. Be careful whose content that you consume. Be careful who you buy services from. But like, be careful. Like these young practitioners on TikTok are very successful, and they're, oh my god, like. I wish I could say their names and honestly expose them, but that won't look good on me. And then, there's legal stuff you got to be wary of. But, just be careful, guys. Use your discernment. Use your common sense. A lot of people get very emotional and they just impulse buy, So yeah, anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, commenting, subscribing. I'm very grateful. So if you're in need of my services, go check out my coffee shop. I got a bunch of shit I need to add on there that I haven't added yet. I'm doing readings on my Etsy. I'll have a lot of products coming soon. Spirit wants me to do products. They want me to make this one particular product, and I will get to that. But anyway, guys, I love you guys. Follow me, comment, subscribe, support me. I love YouTube. Arabian Conjure says to say I love YouTube and help your channel. So I love YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. You're awesome. Put me on an algorithm. Love you guys. Bye.